Imagine a land where people of all religions lived together for centuries, celebrating festivals side by side, sharing meals, laughter, and traditions. Now, imagine that land suddenly being divided overnight, neighbors becoming enemies, families torn apart, and a line drawn on a map that changed millions of lives forever. This is the story of the India-Pakistan partition, one of the most tragic and defining moments in history. It was 1947. After nearly 200 years of British rule, India was finally gaining independence, but freedom came at a price. Tensions between Hindus and Muslims had been rising for years, and political leaders proposed a solution: divide the land into two countries, India and Pakistan. The idea seemed simple, but the reality was anything but. A British lawyer, Sir Cyril Radcliffe, who had never even been to India, was given just 5 weeks to draw the border. 5 weeks to decide the fate of millions. Villages, rivers, homes, and even families were split apart with the stroke of a pen. When the announcement was made, chaos erupted. People had to leave everything behind. Homes they had built, businesses they had run for generations, and even the graves of their ancestors. Trains packed with refugees moved between the two new nations, but many never reached their destination. Violent mobs attacked, and entire caravans were slaughtered. The land that once echoed with the sounds of unity now echoed with screams of despair. Nearly 15 million people were displaced, the largest forced migration in history. More than 1 million lost their lives in riots, massacres, and unspeakable violence. Women were abducted, children orphaned, and families shattered. And yet, amidst all the horror, there were stories of incredible humanity. Strangers helping strangers, people risking their own lives to save those from the other side. But even after 77 years, the wounds of partition remain. The border still stands, dividing not just two countries, but hearts, memories, and histories. A division that was meant to be political became deeply emotional, shaping identities and narratives on both sides. Yet, beyond the border, beyond the politics, the people of India and Pakistan share more than just a history. They share music, food, language, and culture. The echoes of a time before partition still exist, reminding us that before we were divided, we were one. The question remains, what if history had taken a different path? What if, instead of division, there had been unity? While we may never rewrite the past, we can shape the future. A future where differences do not lead to hatred, and where memories of the past teach us to build bridges, not walls. Because, in the end, history isn't just about what happened. It's about what we choose to remember, and how we choose to move forward.